Grand Rising, dear family. I have another key explanation to provide, but first, I need to read off these 5 Bible verses before I do so. Proverbs 11, 24, and 25. There is that scattereth, and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more that is meat, but it tendeth to poverty. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. You can see it. It's kind of reverse. One more time. Proverbs 11, 24 and 25. There is that scattereth, and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. Meaning those that give, get back greatness, and those that withhold, meet poverty. Eventually you will. Then 25 says, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered himself. Verse 25 again, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. This is Proverbs 11, 24 through 25, 24 and 25. The second one, Luke 6, 38. It says, give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, and shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet, withal it shall be measured to you again. What does it mean by bosom, foundation? Here, look. You can see that there. Once again, Luke 6:38. Give, and it shall be given to you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet, for the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again. Measure. Measurements, huh? Watch what you give. See what you give, huh? The third one. Book of John, chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I don't think we need too many explanations after that one, right? Moving forward. This one's going to be a good one here. Book of James, chapter 1, verse 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Check that out. James 1:17, yeah? I got one more. This one, the final one, number 5. Timothy, 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 17 through 19. It says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded or arrogant, in some other translations it would say, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us rich in all things to enjoy. Verse 17 one more time. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who give us richly all things to enjoy. Trust in the living God, right? Verse 18, that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. To distribute physically, to communicate, give non-physically. Giving physically versus giving non-physically. You can give non-physically and physically. Communicating is to give non-physically. Distributing is to give physically. Verse 19, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. 1 Timothy 6, 17 through 19. One more time. Verse 17, it says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. Verse 18, that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Verse 19, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. I had to read those 5 Bible verses first before I label and describe what this video is going to be. This video is simply going to be titled the Ethos parable. Ethos parable. Ethos. Yeah, Ethos. This is going to be a 6-dimensional lens parable right here. What am I going to label and describe? I am going to label and describe how, first off, what is the word ethos? What is it telling, or what is it implying? It's inspired by the word ether. Ether. That's what it's inspired by. The word ethos is inspired by the word ether. Why? Because nothing manifests into reality unless it enters through us. Now I'm going to label and describe what that means. So, before I go on now, I have to provide for you this, what I like to label and describe as a 6-dimensional situation parable, or a 6DS parable. So I'm going to give you the Ethos parable and the 6DS parable now. First, it was those first 5 Bible verses about giving and receiving, and now it's going to be an introduction to what the video is going to be, which is the Ethos parable, and now it's going to be more meat and potatoes and or details as to how this video is going to make even more sense. The 6DS. So, 6DS. First off, what are the 6 vertices in this here parable of measurements and angles that I am labeling and describing? First, it is 1, the Most High God, the positive energy of the universe. 2, it is the cosmic mother, the negative energy, or the remnant of her seed, in other words, the remnant of her seed in physical form. 3rd, what is the core of everything? 4th, the ethereal, meaning beneath the surface of everything. 5th, what is right below the surface, coming to the surface of. And 6th and finally, the foundation, in which the 1/5 thing provides 2, and which causes the foundation to reciprocate back to the 4th thing, or to the 5th thing, and which is also what causes the 5th thing, due to what is reciprocating back to the 5th thing, causes the 4th thing to be inspired to keep it all going in a way that is going to cause whatever original initiated core energy to go through these cycles to be manifested into the foundation in the first place. I pray that made sense to you. It's a 6-dimensional thought. So let me explain this to you first. So right now, currently, there's a surface level view, right? A surface level view of how to see things. You follow what I'm saying? Like, well, for example, if you look at what's going on in the world today, you'll notice that on the surface level, it seems like it's all about the money and whatnot. On the surface level, it seems like it's all about the money and whatnot, but it's not. It's not about the money at all. On the surface level, it seems like the media is what is telling our women to misbehave. It seems like it's white and black, maybe. It seems like due to the way you look at the current moment in time, this is why you will never receive what you truly desire, because what is external of you, meaning what is external and internal, your foundation, due to how your foundation was conditioned to receive a specific inserted virus, so to speak, the only thing they can reciprocate to you is the wrong thing you need to have in your life, due to the way you are. If you are in a physical surface appearance of what they will not accept, if that makes sense. So, first, let me give you a 4D perspective of how to analyze a situation, so you can recognize what you would rather put into your situation for its foundation to reciprocate back to you what you desire. Return of investment. This is another thing the Ethos parable is about. It's about how to gain a proper return of investment, or a proper ROI in reality. How to gain proper ROI in reality. This is what the Ethos parable is about. The Ethos. You got the ether, the ethos, and the ethos now. I'm making up the ethos. The ethos is not a real word. Ethos is not a real word. It's just, I made it up. Ethos. Enter through us, in other words. So here. How to gain a proper ROI from life. This is what the Ethos parable is about to be about. How to gain a good ROI from reality. How to gain good ROI from reality. Of course, if you give good, you receive good, right? But the thing is, yeah, and that should be the end of the video right there. However, I want to give a different explanation in regards to the concept of giving and receiving, because it can be used for something far more extraordinary than the everyday common things we use this parable for, the give and receive parable. You follow what I'm saying? So here, I want to explain the give and receive parable from a 6D mind, or from a 6D perspective, while using a 4D as well. So a 4D perspective, situationally speaking, how would the give and receive parable work in this here 4D perspective that I'm given, right? So first off, surface level, what we are dealing with right now currently in reality. We are dealing with a lot of what seems to be black and white, maybe, what seems to be media issues, what seems to be the drugs, what seems to be poisonous food, what seems to be the concrete on the ground, what seems to be inflation, what seems to be circumcision, what seems to be relationship issues. All of these surface level things, these are all surface level things. Money is a surface level thing. Money is surface level. All surface level. And whatever is on the surface is what goes to the foundation. And whatever goes to the foundation reciprocates to the surface. And whatever reciprocates to the surface is what will encourage the surface to keep on pushing onto the foundation, whether acid rain or pure rain. You follow what I'm saying? That makes sense to you. So, foundation, surface, beneath the surface, and core. This is what I want to label and describe to you right quick. It's the foundation, the surface, what's beneath the surface, and the core. The foundation and the surface are almost one and the same thing, aren't they? But you want to know something else? What's right beneath the surface and the core are also one and the same thing as well. Almost one and the same thing. So, there's the foundation, or there's the surface view. Then there's beneath the surface. Then there's the core, and then there's the foundation. You could also look at it like that. You could set it up however you like to set it up. But the foundation reciprocates to the surface due to what's beneath the surface's core is putting into it. If that makes sense. Like, meaning whatever the surface level is conditioned to receive from the core, this is what the surface level will place unto the foundation. And whatever the surface level places unto the foundation will reciprocate to the surface level. What am I getting at here? People, meaning what they manifest into this world, the things they are bringing into this world, are the surface level view. That's the surface there. Meaning people are what's making money. People are what's making AI. People are what's making the pharmaceutical companies and the DARPAs and the FBIs and the CIAs. People are what's making these things. And you want to know something? All of these multiple things of things are what is on the surface level here. That's what's on the surface. You follow what I'm saying? All of your restaurants, surface level. All of your cars, your climate change, all surface level. All surface level. What's being given unto the foundation. Now, what's beneath the surface? The one thing that is putting the things on the surface. the one style of thing or the one type of thing in which is placing all of these different varieties of things upon the surface. What is the one thing placing all of these varieties of things upon the surface? I just said it. People. So there's the surface level, what a bunch of things are, like money and drugs and whatnot. And then there's beneath the surface, who's causing it to be here in the first place. And then it's the core. What is pushing the people to place these foul things upon the surface for our foundation to be poisoned by them? Because if your foundation is poisoned, you will receive poison. The core. Now I want to look at this from a spiritual perspective. This is what I'm trying to get at here. I want to look at this. I want to look at everything from a spiritual perspective. So we have the physical body, right? You have the inner self, and then you have the source of all moral authority, where the inner self gets its inner self from. You follow what I'm saying? I see it like this. There is the surface level, which is all of the things. There is the ethereal level, which is where the one thing that is causing what's on the surface to be on the surface in the first place. The ethereal level, the people. You are of the ethereal level. You're the ethereal level. And this is why towards the end of this video, I'm going to change it to Ethus now. You yourself are of the ethereal level. People, the sapien genus, the ethereal level. You follow me? So, and then you got the core. The core could be considered the astral realm. The core itself can be considered the astral realm in this parable here. And then you got the foundation. And what could the foundation be? The nucleus and or the space that these three things are in, and or on, or unto. No one cometh to the Father but by me. No one cometh unto the Father, right? So you got the surface, you got beneath the surface, you got the core, and you got the foundation. The surface are the many, many, many things in which the ethereal or the ethos generates into reality due to what is in control of the core out of two specific beings. See where I'm going? There are two specific beings that give power, give authority to the surface or to the ethereal. There are two specific beings that give instructions to the ethereal, and the ethereal manifests unto the surface, and what's on the surface controls the foundation, or controls what the foundation gives back to it. You get back what you give, right? Give and receive. That's what this parable is about. Ethos parable. The whole point is I'm going to try to convince you all to let something else put instructions into your core, so that your core can then put different instructions into your ethereal or the ethos. And then what comes through the ethos will be what our foundation needs, what will benefit our foundation, what would then turn around and cause our foundation to benefit us. That's what I'm ultimately getting at here. But here, moving forward. So, you got surface, what we are creating. Ethereal, us. Core, our vault of instruction input, or I want to say our vault of communication and distribution installation, our vault of where I'd like you to manifest a specific idea is put into. If that makes sense. That's what the core is. And the core is also the astral. And then you have the fourth and final thing, the foundation. Whatever comes to the surface will blend to will be on the foundation. And whatever gets on the foundation will be what we reciprocate. So if you put evil things on the surface, evil things will be on your foundation. And if evil things are of your foundation, you too will become an evil person, or you too will be coming from an evil place. Foundation, man. So let's put this in a more of a brilliant perspective, adding the other two to complete the sixth dimensional view of it. So the other two, these two energies are what put instructions into our core, which then causes our core to put instructions into us, which then causes us to bring money and drugs and diseases and famine and fighting and war, hatred, division, and stagnance to the surface. And once it gets to the surface, it gets on our foundation. And once it gets on our foundation, what reciprocates and or what we get back is destruction and famine and diseases and war, hatred, division, and stagnance. You follow what I'm saying? So, two things. Number one, the Most High God's energy is the positive energy of the universe, the positive light energy of the universe, meaning the positive water light energy of the universe that is inside of everyone. I personally believe that the spirit soul, logically speaking, is the elements of water and light perfectly fused together in absolute purity, meaning an absolute, perfect, harmonious. Like if you were to see the actual Most High God, it would appear unto you as a sea of crystals. It wouldn't appear to you in the form of a man, like I originally thought, like we all originally thought. It would appear unto you as a sea of crystal. And if you get a chance to get all the way outside of this infinite, outside of physical time, outside of physical space, pure water and light energy area, if you were to get all the way outside of it, it'd be round. Galactically planet-sized, like not planet-sized, but like cosmically sized, monumentally sized, infinitely large, measurable, measureless, limitless size, immeasurable sized, round ball of positive water and light, positive ocean and light, perfectly fused. You follow what I'm saying? But then you have this Holy Spirit energy, or this physical energy, which is time and physical universe and reality and things of that nature. This energy, as I've been explaining since the jump, will come and try to seal that energy away. But due to that energy, due to this physical time and physical space energy, trying to seal the true Most High God's energy away, what ultimately comes out of it is just the light. What comes from the invasion, and what comes from the onslaught, and what comes from the attack is just the light. Look at it this way. When the dark energy originally attacked the Most High God's energy, it died. And what ultimately happened? The light took over it. And now this universe is the entirety, or it belongs to the light, technically. This entire universe belongs to the Father of Lights, and the Father of Lights alone now. When you look at it, logically speaking, it just belongs to the Father of Lights. This is the Father of Lights reality. So that means this is Christ's reality, isn't it? So that means everything in reality is supposed to be Christ-like. But instead, Christ is accepting a reality of pure imbalance. All of this reality belongs to Christ, technically. All of it does. Meaning Christ rules everything around me. But here's the thing, though. Everything in Christ's reality is imbalanced right now due to the remnant of her seed, which is what I'm getting ready to talk about. The remnant of her seed, BKA the energy cloud in which became the cosmic mother, the remnant of her seed, meaning the remainder of the electron negative physical space-time energy which attacked the Father of Lights, or the absolute most high God in its absolute purest true form, meaning none of this physical reality and this physical time reality is latched on to the Father's light water energy at all. You follow what I'm saying? It's all gone away, meaning none of this Christ energy is having to exist. The Christ energy can actually exist in its original state, meaning the Christ energy can exist and will be able to exist in its original state without this physical time reality. And if that were to happen, all of reality would disintegrate. Yeah, of course. But the thing is, it's like this reality almost limits Christ in a way. It limits Christ in a way this reality does. Because Christ is the pure light, water energy. But due to this reality being on top of it or trying to seal it up with itself, the light of Christ or the light of the Most High God blends into this reality and essentially kills the energy that is trying to take over it. And then the light itself becomes the reality or takes over the reality. However, due to the remnant of her seed, when there was a certain amount of light that shunned into the universe upon that cloud of space or that cloud of dark energy, the cosmic mother was born. Genesis 1:2. Then she bore us into the physical from the astral, according to the Anunnaki story. And the first man, Adamu, was born. You see, same person, regardless. This could have happened 3.4 billion years ago. It could have happened 6 million years ago. It could have happened 200,000 years ago. But I'm buying that it happened billions of years ago. That's what I'm buying, because it makes more sense and it's more comprehensible if you put the date billions of years back. It all makes more sense when it goes billions of years back with the story. So the Ethos parable, what am I getting at? We have a choice to allow the Father of Lights to give us its instructions to live, or we have a choice to allow the chaotic cosmic mother to give us our instructions to live. You follow what I'm saying? And whichever one of these two that we choose from, they will put a certain sequence of energy into our core, which is our astral realm. And that core, which is the root of all of our issues or solutions right now, that core will go to us. The core's energy goes to us. The core's energy goes to us. Whatever the main energy is being put into the core will then go to us. And then we will bring it to the surface. And then whatever is on our surface will become our foundation. If this makes sense to you. Whatever gets to the surface, we put on the foundation. And whatever we put on the foundation reciprocates back to us. What's another example of this? If there is something, I just want to explain this as like simply as I possibly can without all the extra. Just want to get to the point. If we're allowing the Father of Light's energy to shine into our core, meaning our astral realm, meaning what's beneath the surface, meaning where we are getting our instructions to do things from, meaning where the people are being told to allow things to tell them what to do. You follow what I'm saying? I just had a bunch of words, a bunch of synonyms for give and a bunch of synonyms for receive. I just had a bunch of them. Synonyms for give, like, they kind of slipped my mind because I didn't have a chance to write them out, prepare them. I just looked at him like one time and then clicked the video and started talking to it. I wanted to say more other words that were fancier than give and receive. Because the thing is, the true Most High God gives us orders to our cores, or the true Most Low Devil gives us orders to our core. And everything that the devil is going to tell you to do is going to be something stupid and evil. You know what the word devil stands for? Dumb evil. Destructive evil. Disintegrating evil. Depriving evil. Desperate evil. Delusional evil. Degenerate evil. That's what the devil stands for. Dumb evil. So, the dumb evil being, the most low dumb evil being, is going to put a whole lot of nonsense and senseless, nonsensical ideas, propositions, falsities into our astral core. Our astral core, which is of our subconscious mind, will then go to our conscious ethereal, or our conscious ethos, which is where we are in this parable here. Our conscious ethos, which is where we are. We are the conscious ethos. We are the conscious ethos within this parable. And then, what ultimately happens, due to the cosmic devil mother putting all of the wrong answers into your core, you bring to the surface all of the wrong answers. And when you bring to the surface all of the wrong answers, it then lays out into thine foundation, meaning the other people of the world. You see where I'm going with this? The foundation of the world. The foundation is the world. The people of the world are the foundation. Whatever you give to the people, they reciprocate. You follow what I'm saying? So if you give the people a bunch of ignorance, what do you think they're going to reciprocate? A bunch of ignorance. You get back what you give. Give better things. How can you give better things? Allow something from the source, the core, to give you a different programming. Allow a different programming to move to and through you unto the foundation of the world. Allow a different programming to move to and through you unto the foundation of the world. You want to know a different programming you can allow? Your natural self. Did you ever notice how you are essentially made to fall asleep? Did you notice you cannot stop yourself from going to sleep? Did you notice you cannot stop yourself from using or having to use the bathroom? And if you do, a lot of bad things happen to your physical body now, don't they? Notice your natural self is always trying to enter through you. And who and or what is your natural self? The Father, which art in heaven. The one who grants you the ability to accept things, even things you cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Use your distinctive capabilities, your instinctive capabilities, to prevent yourself from being an extinctive capability. You follow what I'm saying? Use your instincts with your distincts to prevent becoming extinct. Because the reality is, the devil is pushing ideas to and through you to cause your surface level and your foundation to be of an extinct one. You follow what I'm saying? Or if that makes sense to you thus far. But if you allow the Father of Lights to put his gifts through you, or put its gifts through you, then on the surface level, you will manifest what the Father of Lights wants for you. And then once you manifest what the Father of Lights wants for you, you'll provide that unto the foundation. And then what would the foundation give you in return automatically without even realizing they are doing it? It will give you what the Father of lights wants you to have. You follow what I'm saying? Those 5 scriptures that I read should be enough for this video here. But I just wanted to overwhelmingly put an idea like this out here to let you know how important it is to give what is good to the world only. Or should I say to give what is balanced and good to the world only? Or just give what is balanced to the world? Or just give what is light to the world? How can you do this though? You got to come back to Christ consciousness. Literally, you have to come and embrace Christ consciousness again so I can be against you and then make you go beyond Christ consciousness. You have to come back to becoming Christ consciousness so I can be your antichrist, and then you can ask me and be curious why you want to be antichrist, and then I can explain it to you, and then you'll go beyond Christ. You'll go beyond Christ consciousness, because Christ, literally speaking, is the light of the universe, and God, literally speaking, is the source of all moral authority, and or the supreme being, and the creator of the universe, and the ruler of the universe, and the Father of lights. And you want to know what Yeshua is, or Christ is? Light. And the Father of lights is the core of light, without the physical time-space reality covering it up or sealing it up. You follow what I'm saying? Allow this energy to move to and through you into the world so that your surface can be all that it wants, so that your foundation can receive all that it wants. And once your foundation receives, it reciprocates back unto you what the pure positive energy of the universe truly is. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. I hope that's 37 minutes of explaining one theory, trying to explain it as strongly as I could really help. I want to drop one more thing before I close the video out. Just one more thing. So, the Most High God, its conscious mind, will be what we will label and describe as the firmament. The Most High God, its subconscious mind, will be what we can label and describe as the nirvana. The Most High God, its physical body, will be what we can label and describe as heaven. So once again, the Most High God's physical body is heaven itself, meaning the literal reality we are in is the Most High God's physical body, and that is heaven. Then you have the Most High God's subconscious mind, which is our crown chakra, what is labeled and described as the nirvana. Do some research on what the word nirvana is. And then you got the Most High God's conscious mind, which is what we can label and describe as the soul star chakra, the energy that exists outside of physical time and physical space. And if we were to see it, it would appear unto us as a sea of crystals. And if we were to get outside of it, it would look as a giant, massive, cosmic size ball of water and light, ocean and light, sea and light, perfectly fused and balanced and ordered, you see. And that there is the one being outside of the two that gives us our instructions to do, that puts a select energy into our core, a select style of frequencies into our core, you see. And whatever out of those two beings that we allow that energy to go into our core, same story. Which one of those two beings we allow energy to go into our core is the energy that we'll bring to our surface. And whenever we bring to our surface is what we'll put on our foundation. And whatever we put on our foundation, it's going to give it back to us. So if we put ignorance in our foundation, it'll give us ignorance back. If we put war into our foundation, it'll give us war back. You see, if you put the ill will towards your children, into your foundation, the ill will towards your children will return to your surface self. And your physical body is the surface self. Your core in this parable, like I said, is your conscious mind, where your instructions go into. Whatever source, whether it be good or evil, telling you to do things, your core, your astral will pick them up and it will put them directly into your reality. You follow what I'm saying? So if you have something outside of you telling your core self, destroy the lives of your children, put the lives of your children through child trafficking, you're going to make that become a surface level priority to destroy the lives of children worldwide. Global child manumission. You're going to make that a top priority. And then the surface level things you manifested, you're going to put them on the foundation. And the foundation is going to reciprocate more children losing their lives to your stupidities and evil. To your dumb and evil. You follow what I'm saying? Christ is all of reality. And right now, all of reality is imbalanced due to the remnant of her seed. Meaning the evil that exists outside of my spirit soul. But yet in my reality, or in my soul at the same time, because it's just in my reality, and my entire reality is the soul. Get evil out of my reality, or you can disintegrate evil within my reality. These are words I am going to put into the astral core. I'm going to put words like these into the core and see if they can manifest into reality. Disintegrate evil. Destroy evil. Remove evil from my reality. Reject evil. Subjugate evil. Stop being evil. Stop being stupid and evil. Stop ruining our lives for tihis and kahas. And gaks. Pause. If that was some kind of sound that you'll retarded, shalom, shalom, shalom. May these words reach you through your core. Bring something different to your ethereal. Be better weaponry upon thine surface, for the good energy to reciprocate from thy foundation. We are the Ethos. Neither God nor the devil can manifest its will unto our foundation unless it be through us, unless it be through we. As soon as I get my hands on this sword, just 40 seconds, I'll end it. Therefore, unto you I pray. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.